Hello and welcome to another special edition here on Nile TV International, covering the latest events in Hormuz, Iran and Lebanon. And with us now live over the phone is Dr. Mohammad Al-Ezaby. And Dr. Al-Ezaby is Professor of International Relations. The latest that we have is that of course, the U.S. President has decided to suspend the so-called Freedom Project operation in Hormuz, and he said that he did so to give negotiations with Iran a chance. Mr. Trump said he will keep the blockade, though, on Iranian ports imposed, and that he expects that within 30 days and very soon, Iran and Washington could have a deal. And speaking about the enriched uranium, Mr. Trump said the 60% degree enriched uranium, Mr. Trump said that the United States will get that uranium. Of course, we still don't know if Iran has agreed to that specific point, and if the enriched uranium, in the case of a deal, the 60% enriched uranium will go to Russia, to China, to Pakistan, or will indeed be handed over to the United States itself. But we do know that the broad frame of the deal is engulfing a lifting of the sanctions imposed on Iran, a gradual opening of Hormuz, a gradual lifting of the American blockade on Iranian ports, and that would-be deal is specifically tackling the nuclear issue and not necessarily other issues. And we do know that we should have a 30-day time frame to reach a deal, and that the American president has warned of a return to military hostilities if a deal is not reached within those 30 days. And we are awaiting Iran's response to 14 points mentioned in the latest proposal. That proposal is by America, and we are awaiting Iran's own response. It is important to note that the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps, the IRGC, has agreed to gradually open Hormuz. We'll also be talking about Lebanon and the latest events in Lebanon. Israel's continued violation of the ceasefire in Lebanon. Israel today assassinated a key Hezbollah leader in the Radwan force. We don't know if indeed that meeting between the Israeli war crime suspect prime minister and the Lebanese president in Washington that Mr. Trump has promised will take place or not, or how indeed can things progress in the Lebanon-Israel file whilst we're seeing this ceasefire violation committed by Israel. And also fire is being launched from Hezbollah forces directed at Israel. We also do not know how the U.S.-Iran file will affect the Israel-Lebanon file and vice versa. And now with us is Dr. Mohammad Al-Ezaby, the Professor of International Relations, to give us his insight, his analysis, and his expectations of what's to come. Dear Dr. Ezaby, good evening, and thank you for joining us as always.
Good evening to you, Mr. Ahmed, and happy to be with you.
Happy to be with you as always, Dr. Ezaby. Please tell us about what you think of Mr. Trump's move to suspend the so-called Freedom Project in Hormuz, in his words, to give negotiations a chance with Tehran, and Mr. Trump saying that he believes that they are close to a deal and it could happen any time. And media reports are saying that the two sides are closer to a deal than ever before since the start of the war. What do you think?
First, when I listened to Donald Trump's speech and saw what he wrote on Truth Social, I start to laugh. I know that Donald Trump always say something and he think in another something. Donald Trump, when he say that he will stop this operation, he will not already mean that he will stop this operation. He just want to put Iran in front of all the world that Iran is a country that don't want to have a deal, don't want peace, and I give her a chance to accept our conditions. And you know that Donald Trump conditions is fully surrender from Iran to the United States.
Yes.
To leave the nuclear project, leave the rocket project, leave Hormuz Strait without any control. These conditions will not be acceptable for the revolutionary part in Iran. So what Donald Trump did is just to say to the world, I am a man of peace, I don't want to destroy Iran. But at the last sentence in his post on Truth Social, he said that if Iran didn't have a deal with us, the war will back again more effective, more destructive. That's what Donald Trump said.
Right.
So he just want to say to all the world, I don't want to destroy Iran. But Iran is the one who wants to be destroyed.
Okay. So obviously, Dr. Ezaby, you are very skeptical of what many believe could be a breakthrough here. I mean, even the global energy markets and the stock markets seem to be believing Mr. Trump, because the oil prices fell at one point by nearly 10% today, nearly $10. So 102 is now, after trading hour price of Brent, and 96 is the after trading hours price of WTI. So, but you are very skeptical indeed of what's happening, perhaps looking into the past scenarios that we have seen. And the Iranians have said more than once that they suspect being hit at any given time, because they've seen a war launched against them twice in the midst of negotiations. So unlike the global markets, you are very skeptical, Dr. Ezaby, of what's going on. You think that this is in no way a breakthrough, and that we might very well see a return to military hostilities if Iran does not adhere to the complete surrender terms, as you said, right? I mean, that's what the Americans want. And it would be very unlikely, I guess, for Iran to completely surrender.
Mr. Mohammed, we are reading the situation. We are not make a suggestion. We are not think in something we don't know. But more evidence by Donald Trump prove that what I said. You saw what had happened in Venezuela after 2 days of negotiations. And he said that we are near to have a deal with Venezuela. But after 2 days,
yes. And we were seeing
Donald Trump. When Donald Trump says something, you must think in the opposite something.
Yeah, and we must also think about Lebanon, when he said to the Israelis, enough is enough and don't strike Lebanon, and so on. That's publicly, but we are seeing now what has been happening in Lebanon since that so-called ceasefire was declared. I'm going to ask you about Lebanon, sir, but I do have one more thing to ask you about concerning the U.S.-Iran situation. Isn't there a possibility that Mr. Trump is just saying, that he wants 100% and blah, 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 and the complete surrender, but actually that's the negotiating skills that he has, like he's going for 100%, asking for 100% to get, let's say, 70%. Isn't it possible that if Iran says, I'm going to, pass the enriched uranium to the 60% enriched uranium, I'm going to pass it to China, Russia, or Pakistan, that things can move forward?
Well, if we talk about Lebanon first, really I appreciate what the President Joseph Aoun had done by the deal to protect Beirut and the other land of Lebanon from the strikes of Israel.
Yeah, but the southern suburbs of Dahya, the southern suburbs of Beirut were hit today.
I will complete, Mr. Mohammed. Israel will not stop hit and strike Hezbollah till they end Hezbollah. Even they need to make some strikes in Beirut, it will be a surgical strikes, not a destructive strikes. It will be a surgical. As he did today, but assassination of the leader of Radwan in Hezbollah.
Correct.
They announced that try to assassinate the son of Khalil Haya also. So the next operations in Beirut and other places of Lebanon will be surgical, not be destructive strikes in other places of Lebanon. They will hit all infrastructure of Hezbollah in south of Lebanon. They destroy Hezbollah at all.
Okay.
They will not accept Hezbollah to be existed with his missiles anymore.
Dr. Ezaby, will this atmosphere allow for the meeting that Mr. Trump wants and has been talking about between Netanyahu and Aoun?
This meeting will happen, and the deal between Joseph Aoun and Netanyahu will be done, but the deal will not include Hezbollah, especially that the government of Lebanon announced that Hezbollah is not a part of Lebanon government, and he doesn't have the right to have missiles. They want Hezbollah to give the Lebanese army their missiles, but Hezbollah up till now refused. And I think that they will assassinate Naim Qasim Soussoun.
Who? Israel, you mean?
Yes.
Sir, is Lebanon at the risk of civil war, like the French defense minister recently
at
said?
all.
You heard?
Because Nabih Berri will play a great role. To prevent the civil war in Lebanon. We saw the efforts from Walid Gomblat next days and Nabih Berri. They will help Joseph Aoun to prevent any kind of civil war and after the deal between Joseph Aoun and Benjamin Netanyahu.
You said the deal, not just the meeting. So you are you are expecting a deal?
Agreement. It will be agreement.
Even with Israeli forces inside of Lebanon and making those strikes and the surgical strikes you mentioned and the destruction of the infrastructure in South Lebanon?
I told you before that we will see European army in the land of Lebanon beside the Lebanese army, and I mean French army, because after the deal between Joseph Aoun and Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel will give the Lebanese army all the maps of infrastructure and tunnels of Hezbollah and give the Lebanese army the chance to take the missiles of Hezbollah and destroy their infrastructures, and it will done with the aid of French army beside Unifil and Lebanese army.
Wouldn't this at least bring that atmosphere? Wouldn't it bring a huge social unrest in Lebanon? Again, I mean, you know, we all fear for Lebanon or what could happen in Lebanon if Hezbollah or the Shiite component, which is like roughly 1/3 of the community in Lebanon, faces such an isolation. I mean, that's tough. I mean, that's difficult. That's going to be dangerous because they have political rights.
let's say that Shia in Lebanon is a part of Lebanon society, and they suffered from what Hezbollah do every day. So many of them reject the attacks from Hezbollah towards Israel, especially Hezbollah this time attacks to stand with Iran, not to protect Lebanese land. So the Shia of Lebanon, many of them reject this, and
some of them, I guess some of them might indeed reject Hezbollah's practices, but at the same time, some of the Maronites and some of the Sunni Muslims in Lebanon are with the resistance simply because it's against Israel and against the occupation, against the enemy.
Sure, but no way to civil war.
Good. I mean, nobody wants
the
that.
Lebanese people
Nobody
want to
wants
stop
that.
this war, especially the people who left their houses in south of Lebanon.
More than 1
They
million.
want to return back to their houses, to their places. They won't stop the war, so they approve what Joseph Aoun do in the deal. They will agree with the next deal which will held in Washington between Joseph Aoun and Netanyahu. Especially this deal will help Lebanon. Many investments will go to Lebanon for this deal. So we will see many projects, many great projects in Lebanon after the deal between Joseph Aoun. And this is a promise from Donald Trump to Joseph Aoun.
Right, it's a promise. I mean, so, yeah. So, Dr. Ezaby, so finally, back to the U.S.-Iran situation. I was asking you about what if Iran indeed does agree to hand over the 60% enriched uranium to a third party, maybe? Wouldn't this solve the situation and extend the ceasefire and get us closer to a deal if Iran does make that concession? And maybe Mr. Trump, yes, he's saying he wants complete surrender and 100%, but again, maybe it's just tactics and negotiating tactics, but actually he would agree simply to get the enriched uranium, because if he goes out without it, then he would have lost strategically in a big way.
I assure you that Iran will not surrender to the United States. They will not accept any of American conditions. So we are waiting for the war to be back. And the war this time will not take more than 3 weeks. And it will be ended.
Okay, but is this a surrender? I mean, Jawad Zarif, remember, the former Iranian foreign minister and former top negotiator, has suggested something like this. I mean, this is not a surrender. I mean, they might, give up something in the nuclear program, but still hold on to the ballistic missile program and hold on to other stuff. That's not complete surrender. Get a new system for Hormuz. That would not be surrender if they hand over, say, the 60% enriched uranium to a third party. Would that be surrender?
Sorry, give me a chance to ask you one question and to all the audience. How many people are in the first meeting held in Islamabad from Iran to assign the recent ceasefire? How many?
Dozens. There were a lot of people.
70 people.
Correct.
In front of 3. It means that many parts in Iran, many parts, every party have his opinion, have his ideas. So no way to agree with 70 parties in Iran, especially without Khalifah's announcement that they accept what America say. So no way. No way.
Yeah, the issue
in the political studies, more people in negotiations give a chance to fail.
Right. That's back to the issue again of the divide that the U.S. President had talked about in Iran. Well, it's a very tough, difficult situation, I guess, for all parties. And again, as always, what we want and what we all pray for is peace, security, and stability. We know it's not easy. We know it might be far-fetched, but let's cross our fingers and hope for peace to prevail.
The last thing I want to say,
Ezaby. Yes.
we are waiting because of the poor navy of Iran in front of a very huge navy from the United States. That's the only way to close Hormuz Strait by Iran is to make a great explosion in Hormuz Strait. That's the only way.
Well, maybe Mr. Trump feared that explosion, and this is why he suspended his operation. Isn't that a possibility?
I don't think that Trump is afraid of everything, because he knows his strength, his power, strong army, and his defense.
Of course.
So
but
he
if
will
there are
end
losses
everything in 3 weeks, not more.
Okay. Yeah, of course. I mean, there is no comparison between the strength of both sides, but I mean, just a loss, human casualties, or one goal for Iran would equal 100 goals for America, as far as the damage is concerned. So I mean, that one strike for Iran, in its damage to America or to the image of America, would equal the 100 strikes for the U.S. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, so there is a fear of. Isn't there fear from that as well? A potential Iranian strike that could, humiliate the Americans?
Well, in no way, as I said, that Iran can face the United States. So we are waiting Donald Trump to have a pause in Truth Social that the negotiation was failed, and give a permission to Israel to attack, and he will attack. And I think the weapons will be completely different this time.
I know, sir, that what you're saying are your expectations and not your wishes. So we do understand very well. Thank you very much, as always, Dr. Mohammad Al-Ezaby, the Professor of International Relations, for your time and your insight. And please, ladies and gentlemen, do stay with us here on Nile TV. We'll be back in some 6 minutes with Nile News.